Hi everyone, I am recording this on January 30th, 2022. So I wanted to go ahead and share my February TBR this month. So if you watch my video with the reading log, you'll see that at the beginning of the month, I'm going to write down my TBR and then I'm going to log what books I was able to read. So for my February, this is just a list of my TBR. All I have is the title of the book, and I plan to just check it off once I get that book read. So I'll be doing a video of my goals for the year, but this TBR does include books that I'm reading to fulfill those goals. So the first one is The Institute by Stephen King. I purchased that one recently and haven't gotten around to reading it. The next one is a reread. I had originally gotten this book at my local library, but I wanted to have a copy for myself as well since I saw myself rereading it multiple times, and that is The Dovekeepers. These other ones, most of them are just books that I have had on my reading list for a while, bookmarked at my library. My library on their website lets you bookmark books that you aren't reserving, but you want to track them. So I'm trying to kind of clear out that list as well. And that includes Isiah's Daughter, Of Literature and Lattes, and The Printed Letter Bookshop, both by Katherine Reay. Cultish, which is a nonfiction book that came out in 2021. I've really been wanting to read. My library has it. The Line Between. I don't know too much about this other than it has something to do with cults. And it is a Christian fiction, but not a Christian romance, I don't think. And it's by Tosca, Leigh. The Ocean at the End of the Lane. This is by Neil Gaiman. I read one of his books earlier this month, Norse mythology, and I would like to read a few more. There are several of his that I have on my list, and I've heard a few booktubers mention that they plan on reading this one this year, and my library does have it available, so I'm going to go ahead and get it from my library. Many Waters. This is, I believe it's the final book in Madeline L'Engle's space science fiction series. It's the last one I have to read, so I would like to go ahead and read that one. And then these final two are for a competition that Holly from Lovely Day at Holly is doing. She has a Olympics theme competition where you get points for completing certain tasks, several of which have to do with reading, and then the final one has to do with how many Olympic events you watch. So one of the challenges was about location. There's different categories, and depending on what category you get it in, you get a certain number of points. So one option was to read a book that takes place in an Asian country, and I chose the book Night Tiger. I believe it takes place in Asia. If I'm not correct about that, please let me know, but from what I could tell, it does. This fills another competition for that one, where you read a book with some kind of metallic on the cover, or I think the title is in metallics. And if it's bronze, you get a certain number of points. You get more points if it's in silver, and you get the most points if it's in gold. This book, the title is in gold. So I'm going to be reading that one for this one. And then the other one, it's about the books in a series. If you read a book in a series, you get so many points. If you read the first book in a series, you get so many points. And to get the most points, you can read the first book in a trilogy. So I am reading the book Shadow and Bone. I actually just recently bought that book from Book Outlet, so I'm going to be reading that one to try to get those points. So that is my TBR list for the month of February. If you have any thoughts on these books on my TBR list, please let me know. If there's any kind of books you think I'd enjoy during February, I'm more or less kind of sort of going with a romance theme. So if there's any romance novels that you think are really good, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see if I'm able to read them this month. Everyone, hope you have a great rest of your day, and happy reading.